what are the metaphysical implications of the coronavirus? As far as I'm concerned, as far as ancient wisdom teaches us, there is always a concordance between that which is within and that which is without. We don't live in splendid isolation from everything around us, and everything around us impacts upon us in a similar fashion. When we live in a culture and a world where all we do, or we're encouraged to do, and more it seems our lives revolve around it, is to consume. We live to consume until we ourselves are consumed. When we live in a society and a world where the self, the ego, becomes the primary focus, the primary arbiter of what goes and what doesn't go, when a sense of a greater, higher sense of responsibility to those around us, to the innocent, to those who are less fortunate than ourselves, when those things go out the window, when murder and mayhem becomes the currency of the age, when blood is shed at the drop of a hat worldwide, from country to country, from city to city, from village to village. I believe that the universe has scary ways of redressing the balance, just as with the ongoing climate catastrophe, where Mother Nature is rebalancing things, bringing back in scary ways a greater balance to the incredible imbalance that we human beings, primarily Western human beings, let us not forget, have been wreaking around the world. In a similar fashion, we have been doing incredible damage to our inner lives, to our inner worlds, to the inner worlds and minds of innocent children, to the inner worlds and minds of people who no longer can think for themselves, who can no longer think creatively for themselves, who are no longer allowed to imagine worlds which are not mediated through facile images and imagery that propound, which promote all sorts of base modes of living, and by base I mean modes of living that do not encourage us to be the best that we can possibly be, but rather focus on our basic needs, the needs of the gut, the needs of the belly, and the needs of the genitals. When that happens, we are bringing about great damage. We are bringing about massive disharmony, where harmony entails this incredible vibrational, relational possibility and reality for everything around us. Everything ultimately resonates and vibrates with each other in a harmonious fashion. When we live in splendid isolation, we live as though in splendid isolation, utterly self-absorbed, coronavirus has scary ways of reminding us that we can't do whatever we want to do on the microbial level, on the level of how we interact with other human beings, of course, but also other non-human beings, right? We have to live with deep love and compassion and respect for all, animate and inanimate. Otherwise I fear truly that the coronavirus is only the tip of a massive iceberg which is increasingly looming in our direction to wreak, at the very least, a massive, nightmarish awakening from which, quite possibly, like the Titanic, we may not recover. Those, for me, are some of the metaphysical implications of the coronavirus.